Good evening, guys. I'm back. I don't know if you had joined me on the first part of the live, but the live just was not going good. So I had to repost it and restart the live. Happy Sunday, everyone. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. My hope is not to stay live for too long tonight, but I want to talk about something, and I hope it's not going to be that long tonight. So I thank you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in tonight. We're talking about deportation, Haiti, and family expectations. And this is usually when I talk about something, it's something going on that I feel there's a need to talk about that. So please share the live as you come in. Please share the live. And let me know where you tuned in from. I don't know. I think my internet is really acting up today. I don't know what's going on in Haiti, but hey, it's Haiti. We take it as it goes, right? So please share the live, guys, because I do want to get this message across because I do feel that too many people within our community have this entitlement. And I don't want to speak on this from a point of view that upon deportation that you don't need people, because that'll be very hypocritical of me to come on YouTube and say you that is not the message I want to get across. But I want to get the message I want to get across is appreciating the people who are in your life. And when I speak on deportation, I am speaking mainly on the people that have been deported due to their own bad choices, right? We have a lot of people today who are facing deportation due to their current status and it being a temporary status and that status not being able to be renewed. So that is completely different from where you see a lot of people end up being deported back to Haiti, right? And it is because of something that you yourself, you made a bad decision and you pretty much are at a point where, you know, some decisions we make today, we end up paying for it for a lifetime. So as a Haitian person, it can feel like this is more like a life sentence for you being returned back to Haiti because in your youth you made a bad decision. I know I've been there, so I can speak and I can relate because I still live and I walk in those shoes on a daily. Let me know, guys, if you are able to hear me, if you are able to see me good. Please let me know, and thank you guys for tuning in. Mwen salye tout moun mwen yo. E mwen souwete ke nou a pase yon bon dimanche, I swear. So guys, yes, please let me know if you guys are able to see me. I see right here, Gloria Sannon Faithway said hi. Thank you so much, Faithway Ministry. Ace Favor says hi. How's it going? But on my screen, I don't see it. So let's get into the live show so that I don't hold you guys too long. Thank you for tuning in all the way from DR. There is a lot of us, guys, that have been returned back to Haiti. And I've seen various of different personalities that has been returned. But one personality, one characteristic that I continue to see in some of the people that have been returned to Haiti is that spirit of entitlement from family. Or the minute family back home is not responding the way that you think they should, then you get upset and you start bashing them. And then you start comparing it to, I used to do this for my family, I used to do that, and today I'm here and they're not doing this, they're not doing that. So I kind of want to speak from, from your perspective and share it with some people that that have been returned to Haiti. Maybe you're one that's experiencing this, especially if you follow life in Haiti. You might have some type of similar cause in your life, right? I see it where too often where someone being returned, because Haiti is very challenging. Haiti have all of its ups and downs. I come on the screen and I share with you guys all of the time. And living in Haiti, literally, attitude is everything. So you have to, already every day you wake up in Haiti, you got to make the decision that I am going to be happy. I am going to take care of myself mentally, emotionally. It is already very challenging on anyone being returned to Haiti, and especially when you are returned to Haiti without any family support. So, as I continue on with this subject, I want to share to, if you have someone that's been returned to Haiti, I do encourage you guys to check on them to see how they're doing, and especially men. I don't really see many women that are returned to Haiti under those circumstances, but men, we I see 100% men that are going through this, right? So check on your family, because people can, when things happen to people, they can respond differently to it, right? But I see too often people are responding, they're angry, and they're responding with so much anger, and they get stuck in that anger. And they've been living in Haiti for some time now. Instead of trying to find a way to establish themselves or to create something, they simply just give their whole life to depending on family members to do for them. And I, like I said, I know that Haiti is hard, guys. And I know that a lot of people, especially within the dip community, it takes time for us to get adjusted. But I'm sharing because I am in the same shoe. I am a woman, therefore I think men are built a lot tougher than women, and I have been able to get up and do what I need to do through every challenging time, and not just simply, let's say, denounce my parents because of what they cannot do for me, be upset with my siblings because of what they cannot do for me. And every day I wake up, I drown myself in that and start feeling entitled to what my siblings work hard for in the United States, or just assuming because my family and my friends are in the United States, they are able to work and earn wages, that they should, every time they get a paycheck, give me part of that paycheck. When in reality, I have been, for me, and I think the minute that many more of us can accept the responsibility for being in the situation that we are in, you will start handling your life differently. You'll start handling it better. You'll start repairing your relationship with family and friends better moving forward. Because one thing us that's in the dip community have to understand is that life have always been life in. And no matter how kind we were to others when we were in the United States, You had bills in the United States. You know how the US operate. You know, even though someone genuinely loves you, you may have a problem that they hurt about the problem, but they cannot financially relieve you out of that problem. They cannot financially offer you the amount of money in which you need. Many people, once they get back to Haiti, they get this Haitianized way of thinking, right? They start pitying themselves and start feeling as if everyone in America, life stopped lifing for you, right? And I just want to share within our community, especially those who have been returned to Haiti, that even if you have supportive family and friends, please show appreciation. At times, family and friends come into hard time and they are not wanting to share it with us who are back home here in Haiti, because a true friend would feel as if it is selfish for them to drop all of their problems on me here in Haiti when they know that I genuinely cannot do anything for them, or you cannot do anything for them in addition to your problem and stress. So it's going to seem as if family members and friends are distant, right? You feel like when you send a text message, people are not answering to you in a timely manner, and that start hurting you, right? But understand that it doesn't matter where our family and friends are at. And I deal with this too. People life still go on. People still have bills in the United States. People have children. People have kids that they have unexpected expenses. So stop taking it so personal that somebody's not answering in a time that you think they should, or always just bashing people and just saying you did this, you did that, you did that, and they're not doing anything for you, right? Be patient with people, because you never know exactly what that person have going on. Moving forward, so please share the live. Welcome Ace from DR. Black Feather, thank you for tuning in. FBA, Black Americans, I'm sorry you're going through this. No, I mean, I'm okay. Black Feather, I mean, I'm okay, right? But I thank you too for the empathy. But another scenario, and I know that many of you are who are tuned in can relate, and you probably saying, "Yeah, Marie, I've experienced that." One of the reasons why I'm so big on supporting those who are under TPS status and temporary status in the United States is because I know how difficult life back home is. See, when I left Haiti as a little bitty child. I have small recollection, but I don't remember much of anything. Like, I still have family members here that I've never even met, right? Don't know them. And I think that's the difference with a lot of, the people who recently travel. But the people who recently traveled, to a lot of those people, they literally have been delivered. They have been removed out of a really, really tough situation. And if they have to come back into this situation, it's going to be a tough adjustment for them. And also, again, for you as the family member that is supporting them. I think for you, that's a family member, or for anyone that did sponsor someone, you would rather pray that they find some type of adjustment of status, some type of path to permanent residency. That way, that person can give themselves some independence. They can also work and help you to help those who are back home, because being returned to Haiti is going to make life harder for them and a lot harder for you. Now, what happens when you return to Haiti? I get different questions all the time. At the age of 36, you guys, I was returned to Haiti. That was a fresh start for me. I came into Haiti not knowing any family. I had never even met my biological mother, right? Coming back into Haiti was the chance that I got to meet and like hold the woman who had me at the age of 36 years old. So can you imagine the shock it was? The and then the world having done changed so much. So it was a lot for me as a woman emotionally. It was a lot for me dealing mentally. Therefore, I know people who are in my situation, it's going to be a lot. It's not going to be an easy process for you, right? And thank thank God I ended up on YouTube. But one thing a lot of people in my community don't understand, just because I'm on YouTube, I went viral one time, it didn't automatically grant me access to AdSense. Every day I had to get out there and work to upkeep my YouTube channel. I had to get out there and get creative. And even though I didn't know the country of Haiti, I had to learn. I had to study. I had to do research. I had to collab with other content creators and learn technology because I was so far behind compared to my peers when it comes to technology. I did not know. Guys, I'm sharing this because it's good to be relatable, right? So I didn't even know how to turn on a phone. I had never even used a phone, right? I know some of you guys say put that in a book so you can read it, but I'm sharing that as motivation to some because some people see Marie on YouTube and they think that YouTube just it just landed here and it's consistent here. No, you have to being a content creator, I have to work at it. I have to work at it, guys. Even if I get sick for a month, my channel get hit, I get off the algorithm, I gotta come back in running, right? I also am not just a simple YouTuber. I've created other things here in Haiti for me to work and still create YouTube as a job because this is one of the only way I can create an income for myself. Let's use others who are in my shoe. And I know some of you guys can relate. You have family members that has been returned. I've seen guys return back to Haiti and upon their return, they had either a spouse, maybe a sibling, their mom or father to hand them over a certain amount of money. And to be honest with you, for me, I've been blessed and I cannot complain, but I've never had anyone to hand me certain amount of money and just say, Marie, upon your return, here, this is what I want you to, here's this. And that's for you to get yourself together, right? Well, you find a lot of these, you see, some of you guys too, it is good to help. But sometimes when you give a person too much, you can make that person become dependent and somewhat lazy. And they get lost and they no longer can do for themselves. And that's what happens to a lot of dips that's been returned here to Haiti and a lot of the people of Haiti too. They get really, really dependent on you guys, and they no longer want to get out and create. Working for them is no longer a priority. So what happens? They are still living like they are in the United States. One thing I knew for sure months into living in Haiti, that I needed to rethink my whole life. And what I thought about as successful in Texas today is no longer how I think today. And I know that my time is short. This is how I think. This is the mature uh, woman when I'm looking into my life for all the time that it's been taken away from me and the time that I possibly have left. So now in this little time, I also have to work to create stability for myself. Many people that's been returned to Haiti, they forget that. So once you hand them that over, right? Exactly what do? They party. You find a lot of men, it's nature. I know for men to take care of women. I know this. But even as a man, I think you should limit yourself on what you do for someone else when you yourself is not really stable. When you yourself are being helped by someone else. So I'm not saying not to do what you have to do for someone else, but then there should be a limit because these people are spoiled. They're not having to hit the struggle, somewhat like Marie. No, I've had to struggle. You guys have watched me on YouTube. I've had to get it everything out of the mud. I've had to earn you guys' trust. I've had to be consistent in my work in order to stay what relevant I am on YouTube. And that is with anything else I do. One of the things I enjoy doing is property management. If I have your home key, it is my responsibility to continuously go and visit that home, to make sure that that home is safe. If I have your property and I am the one in charge of it, I have to maturely handle things for you. Therefore, I have to be sober, I have to be present, I have to apply myself so that how it started, it can end that way. But you find many people here, guys, once they get good people on their team and these people hand them such huge, beautiful blessings, right, to get their life together, the first thing they do is misuse that. They go off and do whatever they want to do, and then in a year or two they're back to square one, and you may have taken that money from your 401k out of your hard earned money that you saved for yourself for retirement, or however you earned the money. It was yours, and you decided to gift it to them in hopes that they would do something for themselves. But you see some of these same people go and waste their blessing, and upon wasting their blessing, they're right back now. Yeah, Marie, I don't with them, I don't do this, I don't do that. And I'm like, look, not to be rude, but we have to rethink our way of thinking. That is for those that are already deported and for those that will be deported. One of the things you want to do as someone that could possibly be deported back to Haiti, especially for any criminal charges, is to handle your relationships with care. Therefore, if someone gives you whatever they give you, because anybody that gives me anything is a blessing. Nobody owes Marie anything. And I know that every dollar that is gifted to me, every dollar that I've earned, you have to be responsible. You have to make sure that you apply that dollar to something which could help you. You have to make sure if you just have $1, try and deal with just 50 cents. Me, I say this. I'll probably keep 50 cents, save 25, and I will share 25 because it's in my nature to share. I will share. Guys will tell you when I didn't have anything at all, guys, I would share way before YouTube. So sharing is in my nature, but you also have to save. You have to think of harder days. You have to think of the time that family members and loved ones, they may want to do something for you and are unable to do so. I can speak on that because I can relate. There are people who genuinely loves me and they can't do certain things for me. It's not my place to just bash them or to make them feel less than because I am in Haiti and they are in Canada, they're in America, and they should be able to do whatever it is Marie needs done. That's not fair, and we need to start, you know, rethinking, reapproaching, that way of thinking, think different, understand that people life go on too. People have problems even in the United States. Sometimes a lot of the news they share here in Haiti, they're not sharing exactly what's happening with you guys in the United States. So if someone is not actively trying to learn what's going on in the United States, then they won't know, or maybe they don't know how to, let's say for just a Haitian person, they may not know how to listen to some of the English news. But people have to know that, hey, we were returned to Haiti because of our own bad decisions. Yes, there are people that's going to help you. Everything that I've been able to do has been because of a lot of people helping me. But when people help me too, I make sure to hold that with both hands. And I know that today someone is helping you. That doesn't make it that they could do it every day, guys. So for my people who are within the dip community in Haiti, I just want to share to create a good relationship with people. Let it not be when your family members, when they see your phone number or a text message from you from WhatsApp, for them to automatically dread, for them to not even want to open your message because they feel that, every time it's you just an addition to, an additional problem to them, and you know, um, you're not helping them emotionally. You're not asking, hey, how are they doing? And I know some people, guys, who are returned here to Haiti, and family members have done so much for them. And it seemed like no matter how much the family member does for them, it's never enough. And for the life of me, I could never understand that. When I look back on my life, I'm thankful that everything that I've gotten, I've had God have made me work for it. Like since I was a child, I've always had to earn something, right? So when you have to earn it, you appreciate it. You work to keep it. You understand where you started and where you want to go with it. So if you have family members, friends who have been returned here to Haiti, guys, talk to them. Sometimes, even if you are financially able, push them to be able to do something for themselves. Push them to upkeep whatever they start for themselves. In the event, if you run into hardship, if you are unable to do what you would usually do for them, that it would not be a reproach for you down the line. You know, talk to these people. Let them know, hey, yes, maybe when we was in the hood, we was doing this, we was doing that. We was young, without responsibility. We didn't have kids. We didn't have that. Or it was a different era in a different time. Because a lot of the guys too that has been returned have been incarcerated for years, and this is just what I've observed, and it's sometime of it is really a fact, and you can get stuck in the year that you left, right? You still talking from 2004 and 2003, and times literally have moved on, right? And life has changed. Let me give a shout out to you guys. Carlene, love you. Mary, love you too. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Don't forget to please hit the like button. Please share. Please share. Who are you guys rooting for tonight? Is it Patriots or Eagles? Who are you guys rooting for? I was praying for the Texans to go to the Super Bowl, but we lost. I would have really been cheering for Texas. As an American myself, when people come to my nation, you've got to humble yourself. I mean, yeah, I would say to humble yourself to, get along, but I wouldn't say just because you're in America, you have to walk with your head down, right? I just knowing what I know today, given the opportunity, I would be a whole different person. And most of the people I see return to Haiti are people like myself. We were taken out of Haiti at such a young age and had no real recollection of what real life in Haiti is. It's like people telling you is one thing, but living it definitely is another. But yeah, especially today, if you are in the United States, do your best to not get yourself in any trouble. The Gangster Bankster, thank you for tuning in. Yannick, stay blessed. Great video. Thank you. Raphael Legandi, I have been following since that time. Thank you, Raphael. Jomu no pap Jambliel. Facts, thank you for tuning in. We could never forget President Jovenel. We could never forget him. You're welcome. So I just want to thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. You guys have a blessed Sunday. But I really wanted to share this message and let people know who have been returned to Haiti that it you already are running in a race where you're late. Your best bet is to some of the habits that you had when you were in the United States. I would say by right, you should automatically already got rid of them. But I know how depression is. I was invited to a while back to be involved more in organization that welcome those who are returned back to Haiti. At that time, I had so much going on. I don't think at the time it was the right time because I wasn't getting that push from God. And I still can't say today is the right time. But one thing to be mindful of your family members returning is to kind of surround them with people who are positive people and to have people watching over them because we see a lot of people return to Haiti. They turn to alcohol abuse, they turn to some type of drug abuse, and that leads to them making irresponsible decisions even more. Um, I know you so far away, you cannot control that, but it is really good to mentor and speak to your family members, you know, even though you are in a challenging situation, but once you start doing drugs and you start adding things with the issues you're facing, it just makes it a lot worse. It makes it even more difficult because you start making a lot of reckless decisions. You're not thinking clear, you're not doing anything clearly, because I feel that those of us who have been returned to Haiti, regardless of what the situation is, we should be an asset to Haiti, a great asset to the people of Haiti, to be able to teach. There's just so much that we can do within the community instead of allowing depression to set in. And if you are one too that's been returned to Haiti and you are feeling as if depression is setting in, you know, you can always reach out to me. Like, I have Joanne. I try to always speak with her to keep her up. But then some people, they're going to choose the line that they want to choose anyway. But reach out to somebody, speak with them, because I don't know if it's just me that's thinking like this, guys, but I feel like at my age, I really need to, and most are around my age, I think it's time for you to think about, like, where are you going to be in 10, 15 more years if we are still here, right? All of us can't go. So you want to not just give up on life. And I don't know where I get my strength from either, guys, because sometimes I really feel like, I don't know, because you keep going through it, you going through it, you going through it, and you just don't get discouraged in a way, and others can't handle that the same way. But I'm like that sister that's like, come on, get up. We get down, but we're going to have to continue to live, because you can't let Haiti tear your spirit down. You got to keep going, baby. Whether I'm in America or Canada, wherever I'm at, if you drop me off in Brazil, I'm going to get up and I'm going to do what Brazilians do to live. So encourage people, especially young men. Um, don't be drinking. Like the alcohol here in Haiti, this stuff is pure. I don't think it's filtered, right? If you get on that, it could literally just destroy you, because alcohol in Haiti is like 100% pure. This stuff is like, there's no FDA, and you see it destroying even a lot of Haitian people. A lot of the Haitian youth are falling into depression and drinking. I think it's your second chance at life if you return to Haiti. For me, I know where God have brought me from. I'm always saying, God, keep me on the good side, right? I don't want to even be in Haiti making decisions that could put me on the wrong side, right? And from experience, remember we've helped where we were advocating to get guys that were deported out of detention and getting the opportunity to go there and visit what their detention looks like. And I've seen dips even get themselves incarcerated in Haiti. So just be mindful, guys. Take life serious, regardless of where you are at. This is your life. I'm not going to compare my life to my friend's life in the United States, my sister's life in the United States, or anyone else's life. Even people here in Haiti, I'm not going to compare my life to them, because my journey, our journey, your journey is not their journey, and it's okay. Let me give a shout out. Thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. Raphael Lagundi, thank you so much. I can still see in my head the images of your first shows when you were walking in Pétionville looking for a place to stay. I was afraid for you. I mean, I've had my time, and I think for the most part, I have shared a lot with you guys on YouTube. So when I share with you all, I'm not sharing from someone else's perspective or what I've seen or what I've heard, especially when it comes to deportation, life in Haiti, what it can be like, your experiences. It is challenging. It is difficult. So you yourself draw out a map. What exactly you want to do with your life? Where do you see your life? That is something. I remember I spent the first 3 days. I said I wasn't going to be live long, but I'm enjoying you guys. I spent the first 3 days in Haiti drowned in tears, in pain. I just knew my life was over with, guys. And when I started picking up, I've shared what picking up was like. But one thing I had adapted doing, and I still do to today, I'll grab a pen. I always have, a little journal, and I start journaling. And I was asking myself, in this journey, who am I, God? Reveal to me, who am I? Like, I cannot always live my life where I feel like I'm always on the wrong side. I had done so much, took so many classes to rid some attitudes, some feelings, some ways I had. And now it was time that I was free and I had to apply. I had to start, using those affirmations. And I felt that I was put at the time, I felt that I was put at a worser place than I ever imagined. I was like, okay, what did I do? Now I feel like I was in a worse prison. That's how I was mentally. So I started writing. I would write and I started looking around. I started asking myself, what is it that I can do? That's why I tell people, not many people can do what Marie do because I genuinely love it. I never have second thoughts with getting on here and sharing the kids with you guys. That's always a happy moment. Some people, that will be bored to them. They wouldn't want to do that, but it's okay. Be you, and just do it with love. Do it not in selfishness. Do it with consideration of others and be consistent in it. Because even people who are successful in the United States will tell you consistency is one of the best characteristics for you to have. Because if you're not consistent at what you're doing, you're going to have bad days, you're going to have good days. You're going to have days where you made a decision that you realize tomorrow was not such a very good decision, but you don't beat yourself up. You keep going. Figure out what you enjoy. Once you step foot into Haiti, what is it that you like doing? I've met a woman that's a dip. She likes clothes. So she's into selling clothes, right? So that's something she does, and she's really good at it, right? So figure out what you enjoy doing. I've met people that are very successful and they've been returned to Haiti. And one thing I have learned from these men, they are very disciplined, they're aware, and they understand. It's like it's a quiet spoken code that this is my second chance. and I'm going to take advantage of it to the full ability. They're not doing anything illegal. You're not going to see them drinking. You're going to see them with a bottle of water. You're going to see them at work every day. You're going to see them with a clear mind. Even if they have a wife that's in the United States, they have a discipline within them. So that is something those of us who are in the dip community need to have discipline. Discipline. Because people will only do so much. And a lot of the times, it's not because people don't want to do it. As I shared earlier, people can want to do something for you, and they are genuinely having a hard time themselves and not wanting to share their difficulties with you. Caroline Newton, good evening, everyone. Good evening. How are you? Evangelist says, in which part of Haiti you live? I live in Port-au-Prince, Haiti. Port-au-Prince, Haiti. Bob Eugene, thank you for tuning in. Doing great work, beautiful lady. Thank you so much. So for you guys, because I know you guys notice everything. Some of you are right. So I know you see me with all these different headbands. Somebody asked, why are the different colorful headbands and you guys don't see me with the braids? That is because, don't judge me, but I am locking my hair, guys. And I am at such an ugly stage. I don't know. I just came to a point where I feel like getting my hair done was becoming way more expensive for me in Haiti. And I'm trying to manage what I have and handle some personal things. And I feel like I have beautiful hair anyway. I just need to learn to just love me and accept me for me, right? So that is why you see that my hair is always in a band lately, because I'm waiting to be able to have maybe my first good day with my locks, and I'll be able to share it with you guys. But yeah, and thank you guys too for noticing. Y'all notice a lot. Black Feather says, I love what you are doing for your nation people. Thank you. It takes us to do it, guys. That's why I tell people, and I'm always here to push and be tough, regardless if we're returned to Haiti. That doesn't stop my life. That is why I don't allow anyone to project their negativity on me, to project their negativity on my life. I try to stay, in my own little corner and continue on the path that God continue to trace for me. And that's what you have to do. That's a big thing too that a lot of dips run into. You have people projecting and you hear people, they're saying, like a dip should have never been successful. They should have never accomplished what I accomplished in Haiti, because supposedly people aren't going to appreciate someone that had a story like mine. And I was like, don't be a job under my feet. You guys don't know me to just project all this on my life. Do you know I am God's child? Eyes haven't seen and ears haven't heard the type of blessing He's going to pour on me. He's going to use me to do. So I slowly bagged up. When I had a plan, I was very careful. I definitely wasn't going to share it with certain people in Haiti, because you had one time to be a discouraging person in my life, and I removed you. I wasn't mean about it. I didn't even tell you about it. I just didn't share. right? So that's what happened too with a lot of men, especially because honestly, men are picked on the most as dips in Haiti. Either they have tattoos, people shun them and feel because automatically this young man have tattoos that they are a criminal, they're gonna commit a bad crime. I just don't get that about our culture. So for me, if you're a dip and you want to be successful in ignoring these type of people, form a dress code. Wear long sleeve. You can still be handsome and look good. You don't need everybody to know everything. People in your home accept you for you. That's number one. Your home should be your peace. So when you're at home, you could be however you want to. But to get a peace of mind and not have to deal with the stares or this and that, wear long sleeves. You know, change your dress code too, change your appearance, because a lot of people in Haiti, they judge people by appearance. I cannot get that in our culture, guys. You can be the nastiest person and come in with a suit to kill probably a household. They will give you automatic access to that house. But if you show up a young man with dreads and maybe have a tattoo or something, instantly you're judged. And maybe that young man, his heart is good. And that's what is discouraging for a lot of people too that's been returned, especially for men. So it takes a lot of support. I know some of my peoples, you guys are married to guys who have been returned. So it's a constant fight for you to continue to pour into him or your son, your brother, so that they don't allow the environment to break and discourage them. So for me, I would adjust, right? I learned to speak Creole quicker because I realized when I was too busy speaking to you guys 24/7, English, 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 right? And I wasn't kind of involved in my environment. It was hurting me. When I went somewhere, I was trying to put my words together. They figured that out really quick. So I was like, hey, I need to adjust, right? Some places I went to, if I couldn't speak, I hush up. But I already planned it ahead of time with the person I'm with. But I made it my business to learn so that I would stop getting overcharged. To learn, right? And thank you guys so much for tuning in on this beautiful Sunday night, Super Bowl night. Thank you guys for tuning in. You could have been anywhere in the world. And let me give a shout out to all of my members. That's what happened because I'm live on StreamYard. I had it public on StreamYard, but members only on YouTube, and somehow it didn't even publish the live at all. So I want to give a shout out to each and everyone who are members of Life in Haiti, the ones who are Patreons also of Life in Haiti. I don't thank you guys enough. I know some of my peoples, you don't really like me naming you guys. But I just want to tell you guys, thank you so, so much for all of your love, for all of your support. I have members who have been members since I've opened membership, and you guys have not given up on me. So I thank you guys for the love, and you guys keep me motivated every day to stay on the right side. You guys are my support. You guys are my love. That's why I tell people you gotta, whatever you do, just be consistent at it. Even if you're cooking and you start getting one customer, right? You return to Haiti, cooking is your thing. I like to eat. Hit me up. I'm gonna come and show you some love. Show up every day cooking. Cook clean, cook nice, and keep your customers, right? That is the only thing I do different, guys. I don't have a thing. I don't have anything more. If you know me personally in Haiti, I love to share. I don't have myself. I will share because I don't value things. I don't let things define me. That's just Marie. But every day I get up and I apply myself towards something positive. And I think that's the difference between me and a lot. And being a woman, honestly, my parents, they also follow me too. They can accredit to that. I've never been one that's returned to Haiti to call my parents and send my parents pictures or, you know, I have a thing with especially my father, right? I'm going to get into the comments. I'm very sentimental naturally, and I'm an overthinker. So I overthink everything before I even do it, right? I have an issue with sharing, like, even my true struggles with my parents in Haiti because I feel ashamed. Like, I see dips just like trying to make people feel bad, especially their parents. For me, I'm like completely opposite because when I look at my parents and I know that they have their struggle too in the United States, I feel terrible going and like bringing all of my problems to them when my father have done all that he could to remove me out of the situation. If it was up to my father, I would be in the United States somewhere in somebody's office, one of you guys co-workers or something, and doing good with my family, children, and living the life that I should, that he envisioned for me. Therefore, for me, I never worry my parents. I will worry one of you guys before I worry my parents because I feel they did what they were supposed to do. And it is not their fault that we are back in Haiti. When I was doing wrong, they were never kicking it with me. Matter of fact, when I was doing wrong, I was trying to hide it from them. Right? So I talk to myself like that in a way to accept responsibility for all the bad decisions that I've made and to hold myself accountable today, moving forward, not to feel upset when I have a problem and I feel they should jump first, and I'm not the only child, too. Therefore, I need to be considerate. So I don't know. We just have to think differently. And sometimes many of us sitting in Haiti, especially because of criminal charges and bad decisions, other people's life don't stop because, you know, you're in Haiti facing a lot of challenges. Raphael, thank you so much for the second 4.99 super chat. Thank you so much. Question: do you agree with the great Haitian philosopher Shaba, who declared that tout clairin c'est de l'eau? Hell no, I don't agree with that. You guys know that's not true. Like all liquor is water. Nope, I don't agree. I've tasted the liquor here. I have a cousin. He's believe me, guys. When you come into Haiti, stay away from that. No, it's not water. I don't agree. My underscore bad underscore TV. Thank you so much for becoming a member of Life in Haiti. Thank you all so much. Thank you. May God bless you. How much is $1, $5, 10? Uh-oh. You put me to work here, right? So I think if I give you the dollar, then you can do the whole conversion. Today 132 goods equals $1. So The money is so weird, guys, in Haiti because I don't know anything that's Haitian. They always figure out a way to bring in something else to throw confusion in the mix. Example: we are Creole speaking language, speaking nation, and in school they throw in French, just confusion, right? We are goods, but then they also throw in dollars. So make a long story short, if you Western Union $100 to someone, they will get 13,200 goods. $1 equals 132 goods. And if you're thinking the number is huge and that's a lot of money, let me help you to rethink that. $100 in Haiti will do half of what $100 can do in the US. So you can already picture that because in the United States right now, things are pretty expensive. Something you used to buy for a quarter could very well be about 35, 40 cents. So it's the same thing. So the number is big, but just because of that, basically it balances to something very similar. You $100 would not do so much. Matter of fact, once you send in $100 via Western Union, the person could not actually go and purchase something that is worth $100 USD with the money they just picked up, because you have the $1.50 charge. Um, Based on where they picking it up, they have their rate and their fees, right? I hear even in the countryside they're charging their own extra. So yes, but just to tell you guys, don't look at it because the numbers are big, that there's so much more you can do. Just wanted to know how to count in case I decide to visit. Well, that's that's for today. But the money changes, right? If we can stabilize the economy, the conversion rate will go down. So that's for today, and probably by the time the show ends, maybe they'll take away 25 or they'll add 25. So, yeah. Thank you so much, My Bad TV, and I hope that answered your question. Black Feather says, Port-au-Prince, I used to work with a gentleman from there in PF Chain in Princeton, New Jersey. He is an awesome worker. No, very true. Haitians are hardworking people. Stay hungry. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Thank you for your continuous love of life in Haiti. Love you. Thank you. God bless you. And I'm hoping you're having a good night. Thank you. Are you American? No, I am Haitian. I've been watching you since you were back to Haiti, and I was very concerned about you. Thank you, Carlene. Thank you. No, don't judge a book by its cover. Tattoos mean nothing. I try to tell people that in Haiti, Black Feather, that in the United States, you have successful doctors who have tattoos, you have lawyers, you have all sorts of people, therapists. You have everyday normal people who have tattoos. Maybe, someone died. Like myself, I have my siblings, on me and my kids, right? But just because you see someone have tattoos, you cannot just judge them. But what I think too is the trauma for our people, because a lot of people in Haiti associate whatever they see that the bad guys do, whatever they're doing, whenever they show a video of, guys who are known gang members, if they're wearing a rag like I have on my head, you know, that could put me in the wrong uh, line of work if they start wearing that and then they start saying, well, this belongs to that and that and that, and make it a bad thing. But I hear there are a lot of like big journalists, people that Haitian people speak to, that are speaking on that, because I genuinely believe a lot of young men during this difficult time lost their lives simply because they had tattoos. I did a show on a young man, and he is a dip. He disappeared, and he was his mother's only son, and up to today have never reappeared. Now, exactly what I shared earlier, him not making the right decisions, drinking, and finding himself around the wrong people, in my mind making the same decisions that brought you here, right? And I believe what played against him, and that was the sole thing that could have played against him, was the fact that he had tattoos. And wherever they ended up catching him, they just refused to believe that he wasn't a bad guy because he had tattoos. And now that mother have to live with, you know, not even having a funeral to say goodbye, never getting a body. And that's just a very, very sad situation, very, very sad situation. Something when I think about it to today, it makes me sad. Yeah, but we should stop judging people just because of something that they decide to put on their body. You forgot how to speak English. Did I? Am I that far away from my English, guys? Am I losing it? I know the other day I was trying to say a word. I could not get this word out. Yeah, when you got all these languages in the back of your mind, it's a lot. Now I have the kids. When I'm at the school, the kids, they're taught in French. And a lot of the times, being their PDG, they automatically assume I speak French, and they start speaking French to me. The other day, the staff was all speaking French, and I promise you guys, I was lost. I'm like, I feel like I'm in a whole different country. So, trying to learn Creole. Now I gotta learn French. So y'all gotta be patient with me. Be patient. I love you. Are a strong woman. May God continue to bless for the beautiful, great work you're doing. Love, sis. Be blessed. Rich Pierre. Thank you so much, Rich Pierre. Guys, I'm only able to do this work because of you guys, the awesome people that follow Life in Haiti. And I tell you guys this all the time. Yes, I am the founder, but had I not had Life in Haiti, that is why I tell people first, I accredit everything to God. But secondly, all I did was just allow myself to be used as a tool, put discipline, structure, transparency, and trusting you guys to have my back to do the work that you know I continue to do here in Haiti in representation of us. So you guys give me all of the shout outs, but I don't think you guys give the Life in Haiti family followers enough big ups, because you guys are the one who make it possible, not me. Do I regret moving to Haiti? Do I miss America? No, I don't. I do believe today, from the bottom of my heart, being sent to Haiti is one of the best things that happened in my life. I believe if I was in Texas, I would work, I would share, I would like be that aunt that maybe my nephews, my children can just run to. I could, be helping them being able to work. But I don't think in Texas that I would have been moved to put my head in place to do such a great thing for humanity. I've never done anything greater in my life than what I am doing here in Haiti. So, do I? No, I don't regret it. I don't have to miss America, guys. America's on the news all day. Like, all my friends is in America. My kids is in America. Like, I'm just physically not there in America, but I pretty much know what's going on in America. I have access to everyone in America. And what's good today, I could be on the phone and be in the living room too. So I think it would be a lot worse if it was like maybe 2005, 2010, and early 90s, right? But today, no matter the distance, it grants you the ability to still be a part of your family. If someone is injured, I'm able to just do FaceTime and I could see them. If I'm happy, whatever my emotions is, I could just share it. So um I miss America. I'm gonna tell you the one thing I miss about America. And I know a lot of Americans are gonna be like, oh, foreigners come in and they come to take. I miss America because as much as I have on my plate, I just want to have a job. I do. That's when I miss America. Because I just wish I can go somewhere and apply for a job. I can work, I can clock in, I can get a for sure income. Like, I'm young, I'm healthy, I'm fully energetic, and I feel like with everything I'm doing, I'm still not doing enough, right? And I do feel if I was in America, some of the problems that I have in front of me, I could resolve them a lot quicker. So that's what I do miss. Honestly, I do miss that. But I live in the moment too, guys, because I'm not going to drive myself crazy about not being in America. That's the biggest mistake a lot of people make being returned to Haiti. They start driving themselves crazy because they're not in America. They're not in America. Like, God got you, okay? And I tell myself this every day. God's got me. And when flights are able to come back, I have some of you guys are family to me. Don't mind catching a flight to come and see me. So I just have to be patient. What year did I get deported? 2019. So I want to say, since I've been here, it's been problematic. Yeah. I don't think I've had like a chill time since I've been here. It's been problematic. But I've been here since 2019. June the 4th, 2019. A day I will never forget. I know heard a motorcycle ride asked for 400 goods. Well, that's about a normal price. $400 is different, but 400 goods, it equals to about right based on the distance, right? Which is $3. $3.03 USD. So if a motorcycle, my bad, TV asks for 400 goods and not $400, I think that, come on now, these guys have to buy gas too, We have to understand them. 400 goods, not bad. And that should be a pretty good distance when I say that. A pretty good distance. Mhm. That's sad. Sending my prayers and condolences to her. Yes, that's very sad. That lady, she lost her son. And that's why, I'm always praying for the violence to cease, to come to an end, because so many innocent people have been a victim. That's why if you have, especially a son, husband, or somebody that's been returned to Haiti, no matter the region they're in, please always remind them about being careful, being mindful of hanging out with people, and no, just certain things you used to do. If you can't do it yourself, start praying and asking God to remove those wants out of you. Even if you go to DR, right? You see Haitians being deported back to Haiti because they're so undisciplined living in DR. You know, it's time for you to do something different. No go says I'm next door in Jamaica. Shout out to Jamaica. Thank you for tuning in. Shout out to Jamaica. Hold on. Concerned citizen, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Sister, your thoughts on American troops in Haiti. Hold on one second. It's not my nation. My nation is awesome. It's the president trying to be a dictator. Hey, I understand. My opinion on that, honestly, living in Haiti, what a lot of people probably didn't think of today. Today marks, I think, 40 years since like 1986. We are in 2026. That Haiti have been going through political instability. I want to say before that, there was probably poverty, um, food insecurity, but not this is steps, and we're where we're at today. I honestly don't think that anyone else can come in and help the Haitian people without it being in a special interest for themselves. For me, living in Haiti and knowing the reality of what's really happening on the ground, because with all of this that's happening, people are still being displaced, people are still dying, and there's a lot that's still going on in certain areas. Some people may say this is wrong, and I could be wrong, but I feel that this is a way for them to say Haiti is safe and to try to come up with a reason to return people back. That's before listening to anything, hearing that news, one of the first things that came to my mind. Secondly, the state of Haiti, um, it does create an issue for surrounding islands, including the United States, because the lack of govern can put Haiti can become a depot for other islands' drugs, right? And the distance that we share with the United States, it can make it even easier for anything illegal to be shipped to the United States. I don't know. What I do know is the help that the Haitian people need on the ground, the relief that the Haitian people need on the ground, is not coming fast enough with all of this that's happening. After this 2 years with the Kenyan soldiers and actually living through it, I honestly feel it's something bigger that's happening with the Haitian people or the country of Haiti in this world than we would ever know. Because I consider myself a leader, right? And for the life of me, there's absolutely no way that I am going into a project and putting out that much money, that much equipment, and to not see a change. So with Haiti, it seems like everything that is logic, that's why I hate politics, because I'm not trying to make enemies, right? But everything that seems logical is illogical, you know? Like, it's a lot. We'll never know, but I think I always refer to 1804, and it's written somewhere for exactly what's happening with the Haitian people that happened. Hmm. I don't know. Yep. Try starting your own business. That is something that I do want to do, but I also want things to get a lot calmer in Haiti before doing that. Baby kids, love you too. Thank you. Concerned citizen, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. American troops are in Haiti. Operation Spear. We will see. We will see. You guys are hoping. Imagine you that is in the United States with 911 at your beck and call. Us in Haiti, we're praying for a change so much more than people abroad because we have to live through it. You see, there are some, even Haitian people that can't live through it. We have to live through it. And I want to remain optimistic, positive, that something good will come out of this. But we will see in due time. You guys go back to some of my old lives when it was the time the Kenyan troops was coming in, being so naive. I'm like, look, we the Haitian people can't do it on our own. We need some help. Maybe they could come in and help. And I've lived to see that they didn't do a goddamn thing. And I was watching an article where they were sharing that they're leaving because now they've stabilized Haiti. I'm like, dude, I gotta stop watching, the news or certain things because, like, how could people just blatantly tell these lies and it be okay? Do you really believe what you saying on here? That you stabilized Haiti? So therefore, guys, this is way bigger than us. That is why my focus is never that. My focus is daily life in Haiti and making a difference through the challenging times. I live my life like, hey, whether I'm in the United States, people die in the US. I have close people to me that, they face fatalities all the time within their families, friends. Therefore, it's not just in Haiti people die. If you're going to die, die for something you believe in. None of us are here forever. So I'm not afraid, but some of the stuff that's happening here, you just would never know it. But don't let that stop you from doing a great work. What hurts me a lot of times is when I speak to some of you guys and you give up on Haiti because of the current state. Do you know that the current state of Haiti makes it where what we're doing is even more imperative? it is even more needed for the Haitian people. And I believe that we need to do more of this type of work by Haitian people. You know, every day I see news. People are saying, talk about the Epstein files. Some things I don't get on here and speak about because I don't have enough knowledge and information to speak about it. That's why I haven't. But why we're always opening our doors to be manipulated, how it is so easy for these other nations, other people to come in and mistreat our children. We refuse to support one another. We refuse to allow things to be led by us. And we refuse to have enough discipline and structure within ourselves to create something for the community with transparency and integrity, right? We are Haiti's worst enemy. And it's time the Haitian people, you see a lot of Haitian people, I see it on TikTok. I'm everywhere Haiti, right? We all have an opinion. But then you see people are all waiting on something to happen when the reality is, where I see it, something will happen, but we do have a lot against us too. Because some of what's happening here, guys, it is supernatural. That's how I see it. We're lied to all the time. You can't believe anything you told here. And the crazy thing is, in the United States, if someone is in certain positions and just blatantly lying like that, people are able to grieve that. Not here. Life go on. Life just go on. So, but let that not stop you from being supportive of great organizations. Let it not stop you from establishing great organizations within Haiti. Like I've shared some of you guys, like I'm here, but I can only be in so many places, right? Some of you guys, you have the knowledge, you are Haitian. There are certain things you want to do in Haiti. You want to be able to put it in your schedule that every 3 months you're going to have to come into Haiti. If you have people who's never traveled out of Haiti leading it, you know, if you the founder and you letting other people run it, you want to come in and make sure things are being done the right way. We can't stop fighting for Haiti, guys. We cannot. My bad TV said, you are a beautiful soul. Your higher self got you. The most high got you. The creator of all got you. Thank you so much, my bad. My bad TV. Thank you. Trump will make Hillary Clinton pay for Haiti soon. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Concerned citizen, thank you so much. Jomo no Pabzamblio. America is an idea. It can be anywhere. You don't necessarily have to be in America to adapt the true American ideas. True, because Americans themselves, they move abroad and end up falling in love with living abroad better, like more than the natives. There are Americans living in Haiti through all the challenging times. Believe it, there's Americans living in Haiti and they will not leave. They love Haiti. They found their peaceful spot and they're living their quiet life. Jomo no Pabjamblio, 40 years since they overthrew Duvalier. Yes. So, it's been 40 years, guys. So, and since those 40 years, an elder brought to my attention Haiti has been going through difficult times. Since this democracy, it has been problems after problems after problems for our people. They dumb the people down with imported food, it seems like. Hmm. They have their, without the influx. You want to understand my nation, America, you truly need to live on my nation. So, sister, politics is everything. It has to be discussed to understand what needs to be corrected, my love. I I think it's the way it's done in Haiti, guys. That it's like you got young people like myself. Like I want to see my country doing good. It'll mean the world to me to see Haitian people. Like right now, it's like 7 o'clock. Everybody's already hid off somewhere, in the house, especially in the Port-au-Prince area. Come on now, we're on an island where people come on vacation. Most of you guys are getting ready to, like, I was speaking to a friend of mine, and she gets off work at 7. She's like, I'm heading to the bank. And my Haitian mind, I'm like, the bank? Where are you going? Imagine banks in Haiti, they close at 4. So there's a lot young people like myself we will want to see done, but the way they do politics here, it genuinely limits, you know, what you can do. And I feel to be successful in Haiti, don't get into that line of stuff. Just stay in your corner and create and work. Don't get in that. That's my only advice. Don't get in that. Even with myself, do you guys know with how much I love doing community work? I've had people that approach me and be like, "Oh, are you trying to get like the magista?" And I'm like asking Boss Mike or somebody, "Hey, can you translate to me what that word mean?" Like, no, I don't. That's the last thing on my mind. I love my people. That's why I do what I do. But I don't do what I do for a position. That never crossed my mind. First off, I don't speak French. Most contracts, stuff like that, will have to be in French. Yes, it can be translated, but people who seem to speak French somehow are more respected in Haiti. And you're like, okay, I don't even feel I qualify for that position. Why do you think because I am doing something like I'm doing that I'm looking for? So you just have to be very careful, okay? Because some of them probably feel like they paid to do this type of work. They're not doing it, and you're actually doing it. So for me, politics are no, especially in Haiti. And I wanted to study criminal justice. Believe it or not, that's like my passion. Prosecuting and maybe being a district attorney or something. That's what I wanted to do, genuinely, but not in Haiti. God bless you, my sister. Thank you, concerned citizen, for the $2 super chat. Thank you so much. La Fontaine, if Haitian, you are right, and standard of living. People aren't thought they're right. That's why so much can go on and people get away with it. Baby kids, thank you so much for the 9.99 super chat. Thank you so much for the 9.99 super chat. I'm gonna try to answer a few more questions, guys, before I head out of here. When is Haiti going to have elections? I wish I could answer that. I asked someone that question myself. Like literally, I try not to get into all of that with what's going on because to me it's a host. It got to be a host. You can't nobody believe what's happening here in Haiti to be realistic. This is intent. There's so much intent with what's happening in Haiti. In my opinion, it's ridiculous. So I think I should be asking you guys that question too, Oscar. Would love to partner up and do some work together. Get in touch with me. There's a lot more room, baby kids. How affordable is housing in Haiti? Leave politics alone. That's true. Right now, housing is so expensive. For the life of me, I don't know. You think with the some of the issues that's happening around Haiti that housing would be pretty much affordable because a lot of people are running from Haiti or feel, especially in the Port-au-Prince area, that they're not safe. It's uncertain. I don't know. It is expensive. Even in Cap Haitian, guys, housing is very expensive in Cap Haitian. So, you know, it's enough for you to say, look, buy you a piece of land and try to build you a little place. Therefore, when you coming into Haiti, you have somewhere to come into. If you are someone who is planning to establish anything here in Haiti, because Cap Haitian, we were looking to rent a place. They were asking for like 10,000 per year. I'm like, maybe I'm missing out on something, but who's making that kind of money? But hey, who knows? I don't know. But I just want to thank you guys so much for those. Our subject tonight was deportation and family expectations. That many dips have. Guys, continue to speak with family members that have been returned to Haiti and those who have been returned to Haiti. Deal with family members and friends living abroad with consideration. The spirit of entitlement or feeling that someone owe us something is not good. And when someone does do something for you, do something good with it so that you will, save, create something for yourself and be consistent with it because maybe that person cannot do the same thing every day. I thank you guys. I said I wasn't gonna keep you guys long, and I did. I love you all. Thank you for staying tuned in. And for those who will be watching after the live, don't forget, guys, to please hit the like button, share, and definitely subscribe to this channel. Until next time, love you guys. Be kind to yourself too and one another.